Right, so for this video, we're talking about Generation TikTok. So, for you guys that don't know, TikTok is an app where you kind of record videos with sound on them. Sounds are already preloaded into the app. You know, you can lip sync to a song or like to a funny video or something, and then you upload it, and that's it. And I was thinking like, I was looking at TikTok videos the other day, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cringy. You know, it ain't that cool, you know? But I was thinking, TikTok was Musically. It is basically the same app. For those of you who don't know, Musically was the same app, but it just turned into TikTok. They changed the name because it was bought by another company. And then I look at all these young kids making TikToks and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's cringe, you know? And I was kind of like, oh, you know, like the relationship check videos or some other kind of weird stuff. I'm not saying that all TikToks are bad. I look at some TikToks and I kind of laugh, you know. But most TikToks, I'm like, oh, well, it's kind of cringy, you know. It's kind of, oh. But then I was thinking, back when Musically was released, I was maybe like 14, 15 years old, right around the age that these kids on TikTok are right now, you know. And I remember it just being like the next big thing. Everyone was talking about Musically. Everyone was like, oh, you have Musically? Have you ever been on this app? And if you didn't know about it, you were kind of like the odd one out, like, well, you don't know what Musically is, you know? So, and I remember I used to be pretty cringy back then, so I can't say that, you know, TikTok is any different. But it's just that the content nowadays is kind of different, you know? You don't get content on TikTok like you used to get on Musically. Which I'm not saying it wasn't basically the same thing. But I just think because we were into different things back then, now you look at TikToks nowadays and you're kind of like, what is this? Like, I'm 21 years old, so then like looking at a TikTok by like a 14-year-old nowadays, I'm kind of like, oh, I need to protect myself from the cringe. Oh, you know, like a 14-year-old, 15-year-old doing like a relationship check kind of video. It's like, girl, you're too young. You don't even know what love is. Shush. You know? It's like, what are you doing? Excuse me? No. It's like, what you know about love? What you mean relationship check? What the hell? What are you talking about? But then I think about when Musically was around, we used to do the same thing. But I just think we didn't do relationship check stuff. We were just really goofy. That's what I think it was. Because then back when I sound really old when I say that, but back when I was a teenager, like 14, 15 years old, making Musicallys, we were all just doing goofy stuff to songs. Yeah? Just like dancing around. Now these kids on TikTok nowadays, they're creating full-blown storylines with songs, especially with people fall over and stuff. There's like relationship stuff, you know, like some guy like dodges a girl and then another girl pops up and he's like, oh, you know, like some Matrix kind of stuff, which I'm looking at, I'm like, yo, this is goofy as heck. But then at the same time, I can't really complain because I was goofy as heck when Musically was around and it was basically the same thing, just with a different name. I just think it's because nowadays kids ingest different kind of content to when I was younger. I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm definitely not doing 14-year-old TikToks. And, you know, I'm saying this, but it doesn't mean I don't use TikTok nowadays. But I think if I was to use TikTok nowadays, I definitely would not know what's going on. I'd just be like, what are you guys doing on here? Where do I start? What do I do? Give me a clue. Because I don't know, you know? I'm stuck. You know, Jeff here doesn't know anything. Neither does this one. You don't know what's going on. I downloaded TikTok today because I'm gonna be like, I was like, you know what? When I was 14 years old, this was easy. You know, making Musicallys were easy. So making TikToks or Toks, yeah, Toks must be easy, right? But it's not. Because you gotta know you gotta keep up with the trends. You gotta keep up with them disco girls. You gotta keep up with them e-girls and e-boys, you know? And back in my days, that wasn't a thing, you know? Like, the equivalent of an e-boy or an e-girl was a scene. You know? And a visco girl was just a hippie. But now visco girls got their hydro flasks and their scrunchies going and I don't know if I can keep up with that, you know? I'd probably make a couple musicals, but I bet it'll not even be close to the content that they make. Because, you know, basically, it would be the equivalent of a boomer. I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen Z person. I'm a millennial. But I bet me, compared to a 14-year-old nowadays, they'd be looking at me and they'd be like, okay, boomer. Because I wouldn't know what's going on. I wouldn't know all about the visco girls and the hydro flasks. I do know, but I don't know how to execute the idea. You know? Of going, you know? I think the memes are funny, but I just wouldn't know how to execute them. Especially because kids nowadays, they saturate things so much. They do something to a point where it's like you can't even look at things anymore. Like things you might have enjoyed, they've just done it so much that you just can't enjoy it anymore. And that's it, basically. And then I have a visitor, so I hope he keeps quiet. But basically, that's what TikTok is. You know, just a bunch of oversaturated memes. I can't say I didn't do the same back when I was younger with Musical.ly. But it would just be difficult to try and keep up with the content. But you know, I'll give it a try. And if I make any TikToks, I'll show you guys. So comment down below what you think about what I said. And if maybe you use TikTok, or maybe if you used to use Musical.ly, or maybe if you don't know what that is at all. Right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.